have the highest inventory of new homes since 2008. Do you guys understand that? We have the highest inventory of new homes since 2008. Remember when all of these real estate agents were telling you guys, hey guys, listen, you better jump on inventory right now, because if you don't jump on inventory, you're gonna miss the greatest wealth creation that you've ever seen. Remember when everybody was saying that? Remember when people were saying,
December 1st and February 28th, this is gonna be your moment. That's my prediction. And if I'm wrong, if we come back a year from now, 6 months from now, and the market hasn't changed and nobody's making a ton of money, pies all in my face.
High five.
if it doesn't go up, it's egg on my face. Well, we're here today, and now I wonder what all the realtors and real estate agents are gonna tell you now, when now we have the inventory to back up what we've been saying. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Make sure you also check out my newsletter. Guys, you cannot beat it. Sign up for it. It's in the pinned comment and in the description. Also, if you have any commercial real estate financing that you need on duplexes, triplexes, office, retail, any of that stuff, guys, I've been a lender for 20 years. I can assist you with that. I do deals nationwide. Go ahead and check out that information in the pinned comment and the description, guys. Listen, I've been telling you guys this was going to happen from the very beginning.
Didn't I tell you?
I'm not a genius. It just seems very, very, very simple to me. You know why? Because when you take away the cheap money that we had previously, and then you put in money that's expensive, and then all of the lending criteria gets tighter, you know, almost like, what's that one thing that happened in 2008? I just can't remember it. The 2008 financial crisis, you know, it's kind of like that exact same thing. Now, obviously we understand that things will be different, and they are, trust me. But we do have something that we can look at previously that happened before, and we can go, yep, that happened. I can see why that happened. We have hindsight. That should help you understand what's going to happen in the future. And now we're in this predicament where inventory is continuing to go up because people aren't buying. People are sitting on the sidelines and saying,
you know what? Look, insurance is going up, property taxes is going up, everything underneath the sun is going up. You're telling me I have to pay for an expensive house, and it's gonna cost me the most amount of money that we've seen in a very, 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 very long time when it comes to financing? I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
The highest inventory in new U.S. homes since 2008 threatens building. Now, what are they saying? They're saying that a lot of these builders are like, what are we building for? Nobody's buying these homes. We have a gluttony of amount of homes available to sell, and nobody's buying them. Where is all of this quote unquote pent up demand that everybody was saying?
If these construction companies don't start building, everybody's gonna be renting forever.
We have all of this inventory that everybody said wasn't gonna come. But I mean, I did. I knew that the inventory was gonna come. When you make things more expensive for people to buy, people tend to not buy that item. Does that make sense? I mean, Jordans, you know. I mean, BMWs, Hellcats. I mean, you can take those off the list. But everything else, if you make a house expensive enough, people will just say, you know what? I don't think this is the best thing that's for my life right now. Financially, the way my account is set up, I'm gonna sit back and wait. I'd rather sit back and wait and see what happens than take the hit myself and lose $200, $300, maybe even $400,000 on the biggest purchase of your life. The inventory of new U.S. homes stands at the highest since the bursting of the housing bubble more than a decade ago, raising the risk that builders will dial back production in a market longing for cheaper borrowing costs. The total number of one-family homes for sale rose to 481,000 in May. Guys, are you listening to that? It went up 481,000 in May. According to government data released on Wednesday, nearly 100,000 of those have already been completed and are awaiting a buyer. That won't come. Because let's be real, even though these construction companies are building these houses and they have a bunch of inventory, they're still selling the homes too high. They're doing things like giving you guys rate breaks. They're doing things like saying, oh, we'll give you, Applebee's gift cards.
Really great.
Guess what? We're going to charge you $200,000 extra on this home, but you just got a brand new stove. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. And I think individuals are starting to see that. Not only that, but home builders are seeing the slowdown, and they're just thinking to themselves, why am I going to continue to build these homes, have a long holding cost? Because that's what it is. They want to build them and then sell them immediately. They don't want to build them and then wait 10 months to sell the homes. They don't want that. They would get ate alive on holding costs, guys. And a lot of you guys don't understand this, is that a lot of these home builders, they're working on lines of credit. They're spending money on credit, and then they want to go ahead and pay that off with you buying that home. They can no longer just hold, and every month have to make that payment. They don't want that. No one wants that. But you would think that the home builders, if they know, if I sell this, if I wait, I'm going to have a 10-month holding cost. But if I bring it down cheaper, then maybe I could sell it faster. That's a crazy business thought. That's just crazy. But you would think they would think that, but they don't. They go, I'm going to take the chance that someone's dumb enough to buy this. I'm going to take the chance that you live in a rich state and you just had a windfall of money and you can buy this home in cash. That's what I'm going to take the chance on. So let's take the chance on that rather than dropping the price by $200,000. And then you take a look at this chart here. This chart here basically shows you, look, 2008, the arrow is pointing there. And then you can see we're already back up here in 2024, guys. I tried to let you guys know that it's just once you take away, again, you make things more expensive. Everything in this world is more expensive, especially in the United States, because of inflation, because of taxes, because of everything else. And then you throw on the biggest purchase of your life. You have to understand that these things will now be way more expensive than they were 2 years ago.
Come on, man.
Just based on the scenario that we're in today. And so in my mind, it's really simple. Once everything is just so high and out of reach for individuals are pulling their names, say, I don't want to be in this anymore.
I think I'll pass.
Okay, all right.
They're sitting back and they're saying, I got to see a significant drop. I got to see a crash. I got to see something happen. I'm not willing to risk. That is my biggest thing that I'm trying to get across to you guys. Why not be cautious?
Why not?
Why not be cautious on the biggest purchase of your life? That make sense to me. Why would you go in willy-nilly, not even thinking about anything? You know what? I'm about to spend $300,000, $400,000 on this home and not be cautious.
It's really so stupid.
Why wouldn't you say, you know what? I want to know what's possibly can happen in the future with the information that I can get by doing my research. I want to know what's going to happen in my local area. I want to know how much people bought these homes for in the last 6 months. Where am I at? That's what I want you to do, to be going cautious. I'm not saying, don't do it or whatever. Like, you have to figure this out on your own. You have to understand that every local area is different, guys. And you have to figure out if it's best for you in your situation to buy right now. Then it goes on to say, at the current sale rate, it would take 9.3 months, the longest since 2022, to exhaust the total inventory. Remember that? Remember when people were like, oh, we're at 3 months. We're at 3 months, man. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Man, these realtors are really quiet. These pundits that were really pushing that inventory, which is going to be nil, you will barely be scratching the surface when it comes to properties in the market. And what did I always tell you guys? I always told you guys the same thing. Your situation isn't everyone's situation. And people will have to sell. People need to move. People need to be closer to family. There's just a bunch of reasons why someone would move. And you have to understand that just because the rates are high does not mean an individual won't sell their home. And we're seeing that. And then we're seeing new properties come on the market on top of that. And then it says on here, I would expect the builder to slack off on new buildings going forward as a pipeline for new home inventory is getting bloated. Look, you need to bring this up. When you guys speak to these realtors and these real estate agents, let them bring up inventory. I need you to say, well, I mean, you know, I was watching a video the other day and it said that the new home builders have 9.3 months worth of inventory. John, can we get some prices down on that? Huh? I know they need to get rid of that. That's what you need to say to your real estate agent. Don't let these real estate agents control the narrative and tell you,
well, you know, you better buy this house because if you don't overbid, don't go look at the property, just take everything as is, you're gonna lose this property.
And if they're telling you that, guys, shame on them. Shame on them, honestly. If they're telling you that, shame on them, and you should find a new realtor. If a real estate agent is trying to push you into buying a purchase, still to this day, it's probably because he needs to commission. I mean, that's the truth. But also on the other side, you need to make sure that you say no to them. Make sure that you let them know, I want this, I'm not gonna falter on this, and I'm not overbidding, I'm not overpaying. I have a price I wanna pay, and this is the price I wanna pay. If they tell you that this is the only thing, well, then you're not gonna get a house, then say okay. Be okay with that. Do not push yourself into buying a home that is unaffordable for you guys. So anyway, guys, you know I talk about this forever, but I wanna go ahead and make sure that you understand that you won't get all of your information from this video. And hopefully you got value from this video, but we know you need to watch this next video. This video right here, it will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get you into your first rental property, and the information you will get from that video will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.